the U.S. and France played in a second match day women's soccer game on Saturday at the Olympics, and I wanted to take a look at it and give my reaction to the game. The U.S. won 1-0 thanks to a Carly Lloyd goal, um, and it was an incredible game. It had a lot of there was a lot of hype about this game going into it, just because they're two of the best teams in the world, and it lived up to it for sure. It was just an incredible game from the first minute right up through the final whistle. The the way the game went, as a just a recap. Well, the first thing that should be mentioned is that each team had a little bit of an injury issue. So for France, their star striker Eugenie Leisame, she was out and didn't wasn't able to come on as a sub either. She didn't start. And for the U.S., Julie Johnston, center back, was out with I think a groin injury that's not too serious, but bad enough that she wasn't able to play in this game. And then also Mallory Pugh, and I should mention Whitney Angan filled in at center back for Johnston, and I thought did a decent job. Um, and then Mallory Pugh, who might have started, might not have, but she also suffered an injury in the first game, and so she was out. And Crystal Dunn got the start for her at that attacking uh, wing position. In the first half, just as France does in a lot of their games, uh, I don't want to say they dominated, but they played super well. They created so many chances. Um, it was really shocking that they didn't score. And the U.S. played well too. Uh, they defended well. It's not easy to keep France in check, and frankly, they did. They didn't let them score. And they had their own chances as well. It wasn't just one side. But I thought France had the better of playing the first half. The one thing I'll say for the entire game, not just the first half, was Hope Solo was incredible in the whole game. Um, just some remarkable saves, really, really good, high quality stuff. Um, and in a weird way, I actually don't think she gets enough credit for just how actually good she is. Um, Not that the other players on the team aren't fantastic, because there's a lot of good players, but she's just um, time and again she really just steps up and does a remarkable job. So I wanted to mention that. And so at halftime, you kind of went in halftime thinking, "Wow, France is really playing well. They should be up at least a goal." Um, so we'll see what happens in the second half. And I thought at halftime, it just like it does a lot of games that involve France and to a certain extent the U.S. It just felt like there was a total change in the second half. It was basically a reversal where the U.S. seemed like they really asserted themselves in the second half, created some chances. Again, France had their chances as well. Again, it wasn't totally one-sided. Um, it reminded me a lot of a game I talk about a lot, which was the quarterfinal between France and Germany of last year's World Cup, the 2015 World Cup, where I thought France was for most of the game the better team, but they just couldn't, you know, get that decisive blow. And then Germany was able to force an extra time, and they eventually won on penalties and advanced to play the U.S. in the semis. And it had that feel of the game where like France was just like, wow, this team is so good. You know, how are they not winning by 2 or 3-0? And then, you know, out of nowhere, there's a deflection. Carly Lloyd's in the right place at the right time, as she is. Give her so much credit. She always has that knack to get the big goal, puts it in, and then they see out the game and get the 3 points. Um, so from the U.S. perspective, I think a lot of this game it was all about Hope Solo and just how well she played. I thought you have to give a lot of credit to Whitney Engen for stepping in there and doing a good job. Um, Ali Long again, who is uh, really still kind of finding her way into the national team in the sense that she doesn't have a ton of appearances. I thought again she played well at the holding role. I thought Morgan Bryan was key in that role as well to break up plays and hold on to the get as much possession as you can. And then again, the front four, um, especially Lloyd with the goal. Tobin Heath had some really good moments as well. And then from France, again, I I say well done to them because they really gave us a good game, um, and they played without arguably their best player as well. Um, I think as long as they don't let this loss affect them, I think they'll be okay moving forward. This assuming that the U.S. draws or beats Colombia on tomorrow, Tuesday, then they'll get the first slot, and then France will slot in at that second slot, assuming that they beat or draw um, New Zealand. I did want to make a point though in saying that regarding that 2 out of 3 third place teams advance. From a neutral perspective, I don't like to pick sides in these videos, but I'll just be honest and say I kind of want France to advance just because I think it would be more exciting knocking around if they were there. But as I've talked about many times, New Zealand has a solid team. That's who France plays tomorrow. And if France sort of lets this loss affect them, they come out a little sluggish, New Zealand puts a goal in and plays tough defensively and finds a way to get the 3 points, and France loses, then New Zealand would be on 6 points and be second in the group to the U.S. France would be stuck on 3. If in Group F, in Group E, Brazil's probably gonna get the top slot, and then the second is gonna come down to the China-Sweden winner. If China and Sweden draw, they'll both be on 4 points, and France would only be on 3 if they lost. And then, as I just mentioned, in the next group, which is F, Canada is on 6, and then Australia will probably beat Zimbabwe, so they'd be on 4, and Germany's already on 4. So that would mean that France would be on 3 in Group G and would miss out. So they really have to put the loss to the U.S. behind them and come out firing against New Zealand, who again is a tough team, and see out a result there if they want to move on, which I think they will. I think that they, I don't, I think that they're. I'd be shocked if they came out flat against New Zealand. I really would. So basically, as a conclusion, just well done to both teams. It was an incredible game to watch. I was, especially in the first half, was just on the edge of my seat the whole time. I think both teams brought out the best in each other, which is always good to see. You never want to see teams play down to each other or play one team be intimidated. I thought both teams really rose to the occasion. They were in the spotlight and they both delivered. And again, Carly Lloyd, you just can't say anymore. Just it wasn't like a flashy goal or anything like that. She's just, like I said, in the right place at the right time. Just has that knack for that. And then the defense did what they had to do. And again, Hope Solo, incredible. So yeah, just a great game. We'll see the third games in each group. All six games are tomorrow, Tuesday, which will be August 9th. And so definitely looking forward to that. So thank you for watching this video, and I will definitely be back after the games on Tuesday to discuss how they went, and then to look forward to what should be an excellent knockout stage. So I'll see you then, and enjoy the games tomorrow. We should be in for another really fun day.